Today, the peoples of the Middle East are reaching out for a new world, the modern world, for the modernization of this historic world as reflected here in the neon lights of cosmopolitan Beirut. Modernization has changed the face of the city. It has given the Middle Easterner a physical mobility that is a far cry from the camel caravan. Modernization runs deep into every aspect of society. New agricultural machinery, new crops, new skills, and new attitudes are being harnessed to the task of increasing the productivity of the land. Oil has created a modern industrial complex, calling for more efficient use of land and manpower. Oil has made inevitable the development of auxiliary facilities such as trucks and roads, railroads, ships and piers, modernization has affected commercial fishing and other ways of earning a livelihood, as, for example, the caviar industry in Iran, where processing and distribution methods have made use of Western techniques. Along with economic changes have come changes in education. New learning has made a great impact on the intellectual horizons of a people too long bypassed by the Western world of thought and science. Young mothers, graduates of the new schools, may instruct their children in the home. Colleges and universities have brought new life, new activities, and again, new learning. People are discovering that the past need not repeat itself, that men can strike out anew and choose for themselves new ways of living. New generations, at least some of them, are not following camels or in their fathers' footsteps. They are finding new opportunities, new functions, new professions, new emotional and intellectual satisfactions, as journalists, technicians. Nor are the young the only ones affected by modernization. And book learning is not the only new medium of education. Radio has made the outside world available to all. Here again, new vistas are opening. Men, traditionally dominant in the Middle East, now find women sharing in the new learning. Not only in women's traditional realm, but in college, the professions, public office. New methods of serving and preserving food mean much in health and added diet. And they still perform the arts. But with a new twist, for a television audience. New groupings of men result from these intellectual, social, and economic changes. Today's industrial workers were yesterday's nomads or agricultural workers. Their pace of life has quickened. And a middle class, hitherto non-existent, is also swiftly developing. These people and all the others touched by modernization feel the excitement of new group activity. The idea of self-government has been perceived. Efforts to institutionalize it effectively are being made locally and on the national level. Political leaders employ some old, some new techniques in an old game, now played on a bigger, a world stage. The business suit is challenging the royal robes. More of a challenge, perhaps, are the military. They have the physical power. With it, they have often seized political power. And they have drawn to themselves much of the new throaty excitement, felt by industrial workers, students, and the middle class. Theirs is the revolution of rising expectations. They want the improvement of their way of life to come now, not later. Now comes the rub. Between the past and the future lies the present. Between the traditional society and the modernized society lies the transitional society. The enduring elements of Middle Eastern culture have not been disengaged from the outdated features of the past, nor harmoniously integrated with the best of modern life. Every aspect of living testifies to its transitional status. Especially is this true in the vital area of religion, where the faithful may perform traditional rites in modern garb, but where the faith has not yet been reconciled with modern science, politics, and many humanistic values. In the daily life of men, modernization is a satisfying reality only for a very few. For others, it is a distant possibility. For many, just a dream. For still others, not even that. In agriculture, primitive tools cannot feed the growing populations. And though unskilled labor may crowd the fields, there is no surplus product for export except for the citrus crop in Israel and Turkish tobacco. So the gap between rich and poor remains deep indeed. Efforts to redistribute land, to erase past injustices, to eliminate unprofitable land tenure systems, to increase production have been far too few. Those who have caught the vision of modernization, probably not the majority of the population, frequently are unable to do much about it. And few embody these frustrations so obviously as the college student, unhappy with the old order, unaccustomed to the new, and complaining about the present. This unhappiness has turned the revolution of rising expectations into the revolution of rising frustrations, thus making for political agitation, which inevitably focuses on new and weak governments. Parliamentary institutions adopted wholesale have not been able to overcome, for instance, the importance of tribal allegiance, of armed tribesmen with whom government must reckon, nor have they been sufficiently embedded in the people's way of life to provide peaceful avenues of change. No wonder that since World War II, social tensions have seasonally produced political crises, and these have frequently embroiled other countries with allegiance to tribe or ethnic group stronger than to the modern state.